SULITJELMA Mountains were for centuries home for Sami people and their reindeer. Everything changed 430 years ago when copper was discovered. Now the mines are closed and people are coming here again to experience wild nature on the border between Sweden and Norway.
Hey guys, my name is Deno and today I would like to take you for a trip in SULITJELMA Mountains. I'm starting at Lomi, where you can actually drive with a car, and from here I'm going forward to the Brevatne and to SULITJELMA Glacier. Here actually it is also a small cabin where you could eventually spend a night. It's been maybe 2 hours since I started at the Lomi cabin and the trail is really nice. Just going along this lake called Lomivanne, which is behind me, and on some places it's passing the small mountain rivers. And right now there is quite a lot of water some places because we had a really warm period of weather, so the glaciers above me are melting strong. After 3.5 hours since I started, I'm getting to Brevatne, or the Glacier Lake, and as you might see right behind me there are the highest peaks of SULITJELMA Mountains, including Suliskongen, which is 1908 meters high, and you might also see the SULITJELMA Glacier. And imagine, this glacier was once filling all the valley which you see behind me. After having this trip in my head for many years, I finally get there, and this is the place which I was most excited about. Place where SULITJELMA Glacier is going down to the Glacier Lake. It's really amazing. Just look around. The glacier top is maybe 100 meters high, and if a part of it drops, I guess it can make some nice wave on the lake as well. The place where I'm standing now should be according to the map Glacier, and actually the last 500 meters which I went was supposed to be covered by glacier, and there was no river marked in the map. So it seems that I actually got the first challenge for my trip, because the river behind me, by the way, the river behind me is a bit too wild and cold to cross it. So I will have to search for some place to cross it downwards, down the flow. Right now I just got on the other side of the river. My feet are really cold. It was maybe, I don't know, 3-4 degrees. I chose a place which was pretty wide, so it wasn't that deep, but still some places the current was quite strong and it was cold. After 9 hours on the road, I finally came to a place which was really nice, so I decided to stay here for a night. I'm on a few kilometers, maybe 4 kilometers on the Swedish side. The landscape is really amazing. Back behind me you might see the mountains which are part of the Sarek and Padjelanta national parks. So all of this is actually part of Laponia World Heritage. And I'm here enjoying my cup of warm tea, and I will soon get a dinner served.
Good morning from my little bivouac. Here I spent the night at approximately 1020 meters. Yesterday I went 22 kilometers, and when I came here in the evening I was pretty much tired and just made a dinner and went to sleep around 9:30. And this was the view I had from my bedroom. Show you that these huge mountains are not only about glaciers and stones and rocks, but that there is actually some life. This is one of my favorite alpine plants called Saxifraga oppositifolia. And on this windy spot, already on the moraine, we might see another alpine and Arctic plant as well, which is called Dryas octopedala. After 3 hours of my today's hike, I decided to stop for a little lunch break,
and I'm in valley called Nichtjavage. There are 3 or 4 really beautiful lakes. Still quite a lot of snow on the other side, and it's colder than it was yesterday, so I need to wear my jacket, but it's just fine. I really like it. And I'm not sure if you will see it, but there on the other side, on the mountain hill, somewhere approximately where I'm pointing out with the finger, there are reindeers. Right now is maybe 4 o'clock, and that's coffee time. Cheers with this beautiful view on all the Sulis peaks. After 30 kilometers where I went on my own, not on any marked path, it seems that I'm getting back to the marked trail, and I'm going to follow Nurkalottleden for another 5 or 6 kilometers. And just right behind me you might still see the huge SULITJELMA Mountains with Suliskongen in center. Then we have Dama and Knekten. And this valley which is behind me, it's something what I was looking on the last 2-3 hours. And down there you might see the Sorjus Javre, which is the Sorjus lake, and that's where I'm heading. So down there in maybe 2 or 3 kilometers I will get back on the trail. Finally got back on the trail, but actually look there, the wire is broken and the bridge doesn't look that good. I tried to get in maybe a few meters, but I really think that it's safer to cross the river some other place than here. Another crossing of Wild River. Oh yeah. Right over there is a herd of reindeer. Are almost running on the snow. "25 kilometers and 11 hours since I started, I got to Sorjus cabin, which is one of the DNT cabins in SULITJELMA Mountains. Cabin lies on a magical place, at lake with Arctic chart and cold water. True Arctic place. I met few tourists who were going on Nurkalott trail and heading to Sweden. Third day, I continued in direction SULITJELMA. After 2 hours hike from Sorjus cabin, I got on this place which is maybe 1100 meters high, and from here you might see the Blåmannsisen right behind me. That's one of the big glaciers here in area, and there are 2 lakes. I just came from this one and I'm heading to this other one, and behind me you might also see the Junkerdal National Park and other Norwegian mountains, and right there is Stortoppen and Vardøtoppen, which are almost 1900 meters high, and some of the glaciers. I'm in SULITJELMA, and it took me approximately 4 hours to get here from Sorjus cabin. And I wanted to show you something. This little stone, as you might see, is reflecting quite a lot of light, and it has quite a lot of copper. And this place called SULITJELMA used to be a mine, copper mine, for maybe 8 years, and already 100 years ago more than 100 people were living here in barracks like this and working in the mines which were in the mountains. So that's quite interesting thing to consider when you arrive here. And that's also the place where most of the hikers start their Nurkalotten trail, and where you can drive your car and park it. The trip I went was almost 60 kilometers, and 25 kilometers of the trip went out of the trail. My recommendation, if you decide to take this trip, is that you should have some kind of a satellite device with you, because most of the mountain is without phone cell coverage. You should also be careful when crossing wild rivers. Especially during the warm days, they can get really big, and
you really need to find a safe spot to cross the river. If you would like to come to SULITJELMA and to experience those beautiful mountains, I can really recommend you to take contact with Jakobsbakken Mountain Resort, who offers great accommodation at Jakobsbakken, and they can for sure help you with planning your trip, hike or fishing trip. This was first part of series Back to Nature.